Yo, Moors in America, what's up? It's your boy, Sharif Ali. If you haven't already done so, go to the website, moorsinamerica.com. Make sure that you share, bookmark that website, and share it with everybody, okay? So save it, bookmark it, share it with all your family and friends. Moorsinamerica.com. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, of course, you got to hit the subscribe button. And what else? We're on Facebook. We have a like page, Moors in America. We have a Facebook group too. It's like a growing community where everybody can share and speak and share information. So that's incredible. You have to get on both of those formats. Click on the PayPal button, support so that we can keep putting this information out here and keep getting it out here and keep changing our reality. And also the book is coming soon, so make sure you support that and support the Patreon account too, okay? Because you definitely want the information to keep getting out there. You want us to keep doing it, keep bringing you new content, so we're gonna do that. Sharif Ali, check out this great video and make sure you share it, all right? And if you didn't already, subscribe, and also go to the website, moorsinamerica.com. That's it. Peace. Yo.
Peace. Happy 4th. Sirius light.
What's up? What's up? So anyway, forget the 4th of July, right? It's the 4th. People's out here popping fireworks and all that stuff. And, you know, some people's talking trash about it because it's like, why are we celebrating independence of the colonists from Britain, right? And I'm with that. And then you even have some people who's deep into the Moorish science who's like, yo, they were banging against the British Moors. These were mulattoes or people who were passing, who was banging against, you know what I'm saying, the Moors, the true, like, nobility of Europe. The first nobility of Europe would have had to have been Moors. They would have had to have been a Moorish blood. That's what makes you a blue blood in the first place. So they would be like, okay, yeah, they were banging against them. They were, you know, trying to set up their own thing, and then they wound up double crossing the Moors who were already over here living. So there's so much to it. But I'm like, look, why are they really celebrating it? Why is the 4th of July being celebrated in some aspect all over the world? Even if it's not on the 4th, there's like a 4 to 5 day window. Could be from the 3rd all the way up to the 7th or 8th, right? But you have countries all over the world that celebrate Independence Day on that same, you know, time frame, right? What's that really about? You go back and you find out that this has been happening for thousands of years, right? Right? Like, there's something tied into that, right? In Egypt, they knew that this was special because it's when the sun crosses with Sirius, so it's like conjoined almost, it's in alignment, and they know to tap into that energy, right? You tap into that energy for prosperity, for success, you know? So obviously, if you're popping off a new nation or something like that, even though that's not when they really declared independence and all this stuff, you're gonna make everything line up on that day. So it's aligned up with something celestial that's gonna bring in, you know, prosperity, success for what you're doing. So if you're out here,
also to pay homage to the real motherland, you know, Sirius, you know,
yeah,
the brightest
like,
star in the sky.
Where did our ancestors come from, even before all this, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Ancestors go?
They came from Sirius. So it's like, you know, it's deep. It's deeper than that. And even with the fireworks and the red, white, and the blue, you know, that's the red, white, and the blue now. And I believe all that stuff joins together like in Ethiopia or in Kush, you know? So it's like, you know, that's where the red, white, and blue now come together. So it's like all this stuff is deep. And then you know that everything, if you've been following this channel and you've been going to moorsinamerica.com like you're supposed to, and you've been sharing it with your friends and family and telling them to go there, then you already know that it's all about us. I'm not just saying this obviously, you know, when I get older, I'm gonna be like, the grandpa who says everything's Moorish. You know, it's like, oh yeah, the Moors. I could tell you about that. I could tell you how we did this. We invented that. We started everything, right? But like for real, it sounds like I'm just saying it like that because I'm proud and stuff, but it's even deeper than that. There's this dude, European dude named Manly P. Hall. He wrote a bunch of books, and he's got a bunch of lectures and stuff floating on about there where he's saying this stuff, but he speaks in code. He can't come outright and tell you what I can tell you, because Manly P. Hall probably is a 32nd degree, a 33rd degree Mason, you know? And so, like, he wrote these books.
Sworn to secrecy, so.
Yeah, he wrote these books like The Secret Destiny of America, The Secret Destiny of America and all this stuff. And it's like, it's all about us. And they knew that when they came over here and they found people that looked like us, and they were calling the Indians Moors and Negroes, you know, they weren't just doing it for no reason. Okay, they was doing it because they came over here with a purpose. At least the ones who were initiates did, and they knew what they was dealing with. And that's how come you look at the dollar, you see our symbols on it. It's not just the pyramid, right? Right? It's the eagle too. When you look over on the other side of the dollar and you see the eagle and he's clutching, like, you know, he's clutching the arrows and I think some wheat, and then he's got like a disc over his head, a circle. I don't remember what the circle was, but then when you look into ancient Egypt, ancient Kemet, whatever you want to call it, when you look back, you see that they had the same symbol. You have the hawk, you have the sun Ra, you got the disc over his head, you know, clutching the same thing in their feet. Basically everything is the same, twisted, updated, whatever you want to call it, but that's why the nation is so successful. And then they have the pyramid on the other seal, and that's our seal. They're both our seals. They had the pyramid. One is the divine seal, that's the pyramid, the mystical side, okay? And then I'm trying to think, you have the divine side, and then you would have like the side dealing with physical matter, or dealing with government, right? So the divine side, you see the pyramid with the 13 steps and then the Eye of Horus at the top. And then it's like, obviously that's ours. And then you find out that they found real pyramids all over here. You know, some of them are still standing, not just in Mexico, all over the United States. Some of them are hidden in jungles. Then you find out they actually have statues, like, you know, things like maybe like, you know, like this big that they found made out of stone. They glow under the black light. They have the 13 steps in the Eye of Horus at the top. It's like, what the fuck is that about? So they found them here in Ecuador. That's not a coincidence. I keep saying that over and over again because, hey, I'm not saying I found that thing in Ecuador, but I'm the only person talking about that stuff. It's hidden in your face. It's right here. So if you hear somebody else, you know they need to give out props because they found out about it from Mooresamerica.com. So they found the stuff over here, and it's on your dollar bill, and they found that after they made the stuff on the dollar bill. So something doesn't fit. How they know about this stuff? And why was it over here? Why wasn't that over there in Egypt? You know, because you could find something similar to that in Egypt. Why did they find that over here? Why is that on the dollar? And then how come we have a 7-circle Quran, you know? Why is the 7th circle the pyramid turned upside down, you know? And why is this dealing with us? Why do we have a prophet who came and brought this stuff to us? Who told us that we've been here, you know, for time immemorial? Who wrote the Quran? The Quran wasn't just plagiarized, you know, from the Aquarian gospel. Because you'll hear people saying that, especially there's some people who's real ignorant. And they try to talk trash about people like Noble Drew Ali and stuff like that. And they'll say, well, he plagiarized the Holy Quran. But it's not plagiarized. The Aquarian Gospel, a portion of that It's very similar because they were all dealing with the same information that was being disseminated at that point in time. But then he goes in on about who we are, our origin, our destiny, what we're supposed to do, okay? And he explained how Africa was called a mixum and how the dominions extended through North, South, Central America. All this was a mixum. He talked about how this was all conjoined. This was all connected. You know, the Atlantic Ocean used to be a river, you know, and it all, you know, it split up. And not even that long ago. So he explained all that. That wasn't in the Aquarian Gospel. So he explained that. That was about us. Okay, so we were here.
When we talk about the pyramid in Ecuador, you know, Moors be like, that's in Ecuador, you know, that's not. It's like, no, that's
it's like,
all
yeah, Ecuador
part of
used to be right up under Louisiana.
Right.
You know, for all you know, it's like, seriously, like, because, you know, most of you probably don't even know where Ecuador is on the map. It's on the northern coast of South America, man. And so, you know, it's like, come on, man, all this stuff was connected. It split apart, okay? So, like, all of this stuff, you know, we're all over this place. And we have pyramids, you know, going all the way from Brazil on up, you know, through North America. And we left artifacts and all types of things. It's been hidden. They find this stuff and they either destroy it or they put it in the basement, you know, and they're holding back. Like, when you do stuff like this, it's holding back everyone. This isn't just for us. It's like, my main concern is myself, my family, my people, you know, but this is holding back the entire world because, like, you can't be serious and be a scientist. You can't be serious and be, like, you know, a historian, any kind of teacher, anything, because you have all of these lies that are holding back the entire world because they don't want the Moors to know who they are. The people who built this stuff, who've been living here, that they lied and said they brought all of us from Africa when really a few came. But they're lying. And so they have to keep these lies going. And these lies are holding back everyone. No one can go past those lies. If you're dealing with truth, then you're on the fringes of society. Everything that I'm saying is on the fringes. If you're looking for documents and stuff to back it up, you know, it's all on the fringes, and that's the truth, you know? So, like, you know, even people who are legit professors and who went through and did all these steps, you know, to have a real academic standing, when they write books and do things like that, it's on the fringes. You know, it's out there. And so you have people really doing work, trying to change it, and they can't get past the lies. So the lies are holding everyone back, you know, and you can't, you know, you can only go so far if you got these, you know, these things that no matter what have to be kept hidden. Okay, so it's holding back everyone. So the secret destiny of America and all these things, even these books that these guys, like, for all I know, people like Manly P. Hall and people that wrote these books, they had sincere, you know, desire to get this information out and to help move things forward. But even they aren't really helping because they're keeping the lie going. They can't just come out right and say who we are. And so, you know, that's really what I wanted to share this in light of, you know, just the time that we're in right now with the whole 4th of July thing and, you know, Independence Day and stuff. I'm not, you know, I'm not for or against it. I'm just into the mystical, ancient, you know, truer meaning of behind it. Because, like, all holidays are holy days, right? Holy days. Okay, so it's even hidden in the word, in the etymology of the word, okay? So what, if a holiday is going on, a holy day, I'm looking at the true meaning behind it. I'm looking at how long this has been going on, how long people have been practicing it, why they're practicing it. I'm not just going to keep doing the Easter Bunny stuff for no reason. Like, what is this about? Fertility? What is this about? I want to know. And then use that, tap into that, use that for my benefit, you know, for my good. And that's what I advise everyone to do. And so I say, you know, keep digging. Of course, go to the moorsinamerica.com site. Share that with everyone. View all the YouTubes on here. If you only seen 1 or 2, you don't know. You haven't seen nothing yet. You got to go through, you know, go through the archives. Radio shows too. Got the radio show coming. We're streaming live. We're doing study groups. We're streaming that stuff live. So, you know, it's really popping. Things are growing. We're using this Sirius energy for ourselves because it's in our DNA. It's in us. Our ancestors look like this. Yeah. These are our ancestors, okay? And they look different too because they've been here for so long that we can claim this. Do you know that they've actually found like tombs and stuff in the Grand Canyon from the pharaohs? And this was actually reported. I forgot what newspaper it was, but it was actually reported in the newspaper. And it was said that, like, you know, a team from the Smithsonian had excavated all this ancient Egyptian stuff in the Grand Canyon.
Like Akhenaten scrolls or something in there.
I don't remember. That's not the first time I've seen that. I've seen them say they found like something else like that in like either in Ohio or in Missouri or something like that. So they found stuff like that back then, and then they scratched it out, hid it, because they're like, okay, we find stuff, we put it in the vaults. There's this magazine called Ancient America magazine. They got the website. You can go look at that stuff. They talk about all this stuff. So there's like there's groups of, you know, like amateur archaeologists, historians out there, you know, and like, you know, some of them might even be legit, but they're like doing it, and none of that stuff is like seen as real. But they're out there, and they got the same lies holding them back. They can't get past that and be taken seriously because all this stuff is hidden for a reason, okay? So they're still trying to hold on to the lie, even though it's time. Like, we're in the 25,000 year cycle. This is over, you know? If you want to like be eating McDonald's and McDeath, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be eating that stuff, if you want to be, you know,
corn syrup and
watching American Idol and all this crap and just supporting all of this BS that's coming down, it's over. It's played out. It's corny. It's whack. It's through. So if you want to support that and be a part of that, and you know, cool, every now and then they're going to shoot some of them for no reason, you know, and all the other injustice and craziness is going on, you know, Trump, make America great again and all that crap. If that's what you're about, you know, time's up. It's done, you know. If you like that and say you're old and you got children, even your children are with it, you know. It's like, it's played out. The energy, the influx is coming through. It's done. It's rise of the Moors, and that's what it's about. And you know, as the Moors rise, everyone rises. Everyone who's about love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. You know, that's gonna change things for the better for the whole world. If these people who are polluting the planet and doing all this horrible stuff are real, which they are, they're like the bad guys from Captain Planet, you know? And we're the good guys. We're the only ones that can do it. You know, people who look like them aren't going to change things because they're a part of the machine. They're a part of the machine. How you have like Greenpeace, whatever these, I think it's Greenpeace, where they're supposed to come out and stop people when they're trying to pollute and kill whales and all this stuff. It's like, okay, so you got this corporate entity that's going to come and police the bad guys, and you guys are all like buddies and playing golf together. Right. It don't work like that.
They create ways for themselves to get money.
Yeah, they play both sides of the fence. So it's like, that's not how it works, man. These dudes in suits, you know, these white people with old money and stuff, they're not gonna come and destroy each other. Not like that. They're doing it because they're infighting, but they're not coming to save the world. They're not gonna save the world, you know. It's us, and everybody knows that. And even if you're in denial, you know that it's us. You know that, right? Like, we're the heroes, we're the heroes, we're the super heroes, you know? And it's obvious. We're the ones who's gonna change it, who are changing it, and that's how come things are still effed up, because a lot of us are still effed up. And why is a lot of us still effed up? Because you still have a ton of money being wasted on holding us down. You still have a ton of money that's being diverted and used to, okay, take the resources out of their neighborhood, you know? Even though the majority of them work and pay taxes, their taxes don't go to benefit their lives, you know? People that look like us Moors that don't know that they're Moors, they're working, paying taxes, and police are killing them and killing their children. They're not even there to protect them and to make them, you know what I'm saying, to make their community safe. You know, you have, you know, all the resources getting diverted from them, so their neighborhoods are trashy. You know, even just seeing it, like I'm in the city of Memphis where I grew up, and going back and seeing the neighborhoods and stuff I grew up in and seeing how they're all like turning into ghost towns. All these strip malls are like, you know, empty and everything's being sucked out. And I saw that before with the older neighborhoods like Orange Mound and North Memphis and these places, but then it's going out to East Memphis and all these other places. Like if you from Memphis, you know what I'm talking about. So it's like places that was just like 15 years ago were nice. You know, they're like, it's the hood now, you know? And it's like, wow, you know, they do this everywhere, you know, suck that money out. Everybody's moving out the city,
suburbs.
You know? And so it's like, you know, they do this stuff on purpose.
So they're gonna rebuild the
so they're
city,
keeping this bull.
Gentrify it. They're gonna gentrify the whole city, you know? And it's like, they do that everywhere.
Yeah, and then the crazy thing is, though, that like, the less melanated people, they need us. Y'all gotta live around us because, like, if you go out to the suburbs, you go farther and out, you know, into the woods and stuff like that, nature starts messing you up. You know, you even got the people like in California and stuff that lived out like Oprah's neighbors, living in these big giant houses, and where they have like mudslides just coming through, killing folks, just wiping people out, mudslides, fires, destroying these $1 million homes, beautiful. I've seen stuff like that driving through Cali, seeing stuff like, you know, these beautiful homes in Lake Tahoe and all that stuff. Stuff like that's just getting destroyed. You know, nature. It's like the movie The Happening. The Happening with John Leguizamo. The movie with the plants and all that were just killing everybody. They was like communicating, you know, and the plants were just using different ways to kill the people, you know. And it was an interesting movie, but it's real. It really happens. If enough of us aren't in an area and it's just a bunch of less melanated people, this isn't hate. This is my observation. This wouldn't be published. You won't see this anywhere else. So listen, because this is the type of news that you don't hear anywhere else. Okay? They're not going to talk about this. They're never going to tell you this on the news or anything like that. So if there's not enough of us in the area, the plants, the animal, nature knows.
The earth.
Okay? Because we're in tune with this on a deeper, higher level. And so what happens is they come through to mess you up, because whether you're a good one or not, it doesn't matter. These people are messing up not just the earth, also the people of the earth, us. They're doing it on a deeper level. Too much blood has been shed. Too many trees have been cut down. All these millions and billions of, you know, gallons of trash just floating in the Pacific that they say is like, you know, like almost like a continent now. Okay, it's crazy. It's not because of us. We might be contributing to it now because we all contribute. But trust me, we didn't do it. We didn't do this 1,000,000 years ago. We didn't do this 1,000 years ago. Your buddies did it. So if you're one of the good ones, you know what I'm talking about. You people of European descent are like really messing things up. And so when I say that, I'm talking about the people called Caucasians, you know? They're messing it up on a deeper level. The earth isn't stupid. It's aware. It knows the earth communicates with the sun. I saw a report years ago saying how the earth and the sun are connected by these giant electromagnetic tubes, right? But even before that, even when we used to make videos called the 144,000, was talking about that, how the earth and the sun communicate. You know, the earth is in distress. It's sending this out to the sun, and the sun knows, and they'll send out a solar flare, you know, and then boom, next thing you know, they're talking about like a year or two after we said that, how the scientists know there's actually tubes that long, invisible electromagnetic tubes that connect the earth to the sun, and they're sending these electromagnetic waves and things back that are carrying information. So even the earth is in distress. The sun sends a solar flare or whatever it needs to send to the earth so the earth can do what it has to do. The plants and the animals are in tune with this. If you're taking things like ayahuasca, salvia, any of these things that give people, you know, psychedelic effects, you see this. You know that the plants communicate. The plants can communicate with you. I mean, that probably sounds stupid, but I've hugged the tree before. I've sat out beside the tree before and just meditated, and like I felt vibes from the tree, like, You know, it wasn't talking to me like I'm talking, but it was sending me images and things like that. And I don't really talk about that, you know, because it might sound crazy, but you know, it's not.
Crazy.
It's real.
That's what
and
we're
so like
supposed to do.
the plants communicate for real. And so like, yes, if there's a bunch of pilgrims out here, you know, they're gonna get some trouble. The heat in that area, it could be mudslides, it could be earthquake, it could be all types of things. But yes, tornadoes, they're gonna come through. And so like that's how come then they gotta come back into the cities gentrified now. They gotta come back, make the prices rise up. We wanna live in an urban area now. You guys gotta get out. That's how it works. Okay? So all of that stuff is coming to an end. You know, it's time out for the games now. We're rising up, and maybe that was too much information, you know, but that's how it is. This is how we roll. This type of stuff we talk about. And so this type of stuff that'll be on the radio shows, podcasts too. So just go to mooresanamerica.com. Make sure you subscribe to everything. Subscribe to the shows. Watch the live streams. All that. And this is what's up. We're in a new age. You know, believe it or not. So that's it. Peace. I want to clear up once and for all why people that look like me, okay, and darker, are the indigenous Americans, the Native Americans.
I'm also going to clear up why the people erroneously referred to as African Americans are also Moors. Why we're Moors? Why we're the Moors in America? Moorsanamerica.com is the site. They found pyramids all over the globe. So anyone who could build pyramids that were aligned with the stars and all this stuff had knowledge from the ancient mystery schools. We had to keep the knowledge on the planet. It went into the ancient mystery schools. Who were the caretakers of the ancient mystery schools?
The Moors.
So when they found pyramids, you're dealing with Moors. And this is true, and I'll prove it. Okay, a pyramid was found in Ecuador, right? An actual pyramid that looks just like the pyramid on the dollar with the brick showing and the Eye of Horus at the top, right? There's one found in Ecuador that glows under a black light.
This is the so-called pyramid with the shining eye. It has exactly 13 steps, like the pyramid on the one you
yes, when William Penn and others discussed the people here as being Negroes and Indians and Moors, okay, they were saying this because these were Masons who knew who they were dealing with. All right, the pyramid found in Ecuador has the Eye of Horus on it. It looks just like the eye on the dollar. That lets you know that even the United States and all of these
sending out Fez caps to London. We international. Get your Fez cap. Go to www.fezcaps.com. We'll get that out to you ASAP.